This is our 1984 Pontiac Trans Am, okay? And it has a love-hate relationship with the Garagefathers. It's been very controversial since the day we picked it up because there are many in our camp here within the extended family of the Garagefathers network, our friends, our family, our customers, people who come by the shop to see, what's going on here. People largely either love the car to death or hate the car to death. Forgive us today if I seem much taller than usual. It's just that our typical cameraman, Tom, forgot to wear his platform boots today. He usually has boots that have like a 6 or 8 inch platform, which make him appear much taller than he actually is. So if you ever meet him in person, look down at his shoes and see if he's representing himself appropriately or not. Just kidding. It's actually the garage daughter that is filming today. My 11-year-old daughter, Kaylee, is behind the camera, so she's doing a great job and we thank her. Anyways, back to the Trans Am. So people here at Garagefathers either absolutely love this car or they absolutely hate this car. And when I first found this car a few months ago, I found it for sale in a parking lot here in my hometown. And it drew me in really quickly because I thought the car looked really super clean. And I thought to myself, man, you really just don't see 3rd gen F bodies as clean as this. And as the car drew me in closer, it just appeared to be cleaner and cleaner. In fact, this car only has 63,000 original miles. You have to kind of transplant yourself to 1984 to understand what made this car special, okay? So your base model Trans Am came with 150 horsepower, okay? But they did offer some, and I don't know how many. I know they made about 55,000 Trans Ams in 1984, but some of them had the 5-liter HO, such as this. Now this one had 190 horsepower, okay, which propelled this little beauty down the quarter mile at 16.2 seconds. 0 to 60 was like, I don't know, 8 minutes or something like that. I think it was somewhere around there. But basically my wife's Suburban would run away from this car in a drag race. But in the context of 1984, this was really, close to the best that was being offered, in a car that had a back seat. Everything appears to be intact. And, of course, the most special thing about any Trans Am is this right here. It's fabled among Pontiac and muscle car lore. Some call it the screaming chicken. Some call it the hood bird, I think was what it was, or the hood decal is what GM referred to it in all of their sales manuals and whatnot. People called it the rising phoenix, but most people tend to call it the screaming chicken. Again, Pontiac with the Trans Am, they were always trying to separate themselves from Chevy with the Camaro, okay? They wanted to be nothing like it, and they really were nothing like it. coming around the back, you'll see, oh, there we go, Trans Am. Of course, this car being almost 40 years old, it might say more Trans Am, but that's okay. We've also got the correct 1984 license plates that I love. The only thing that would be cooler on this car, in my opinion, would be 84 Olympic plates. Some of you guys who were around for that might remember that. And of course, we've got our Screaming Chicken here again. All right, well, I think that's just about enough walking and talking about our little Trans Am. I think it's time to get out and go for a drive. 190 horsepower there. Look at the beauty of this place. This is just a couple of miles from the Garagefathers compound, and we thought that this would be the perfect place to stop and just take some pictures of the Trans Am, right? Was that your idea or my idea?
Kind of the car's idea.
Are we going to tell them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Tom won't let me lie. We actually broke down right here in this spot. We were doing some action shots with the car, and we may have overheated some fluids to the point that they could no longer be contained, and so we're stuck. But
Yes.
there's good news.
Most important.
This car, these third generation F-bodies, are a perfect candidate for a custom Garagefathers classic car insurance policy. The policy we have on this car is for $15,000 in an agreed value with zero deductibles, and it is like $150 for the whole year, something like that. Even, fourth generation Trans Ams and Z28s are also great candidates for a custom Garagefathers policy. We were kind of beating up on it a little bit, and the front transmission seal blew. So I guess that's to just be expected on a car that's almost 40 years old, but we'll have it patched up in no time. But as I alluded to earlier in the video, this car has got a higher calling. It's going to serve a greater purpose for the Garagefathers, and actually me personally. And I can't wait to tell you guys and show you guys what that's all going to be about. But you're going to have to wait and see that in a future episode of the Garagefathers. So that's it. Garagefathers out. If you have a classic car, and the whole point of this video is to illustrate to you The whole point of this video, guys, is